Okay, students, this is sort 30 in the blue book, and it's Latin read spect, port, and form. So, let's look at what those meanings are. Spect, when you see that in a word, it means to look at. Port means to carry, and form means to shape. So when we're looking at our words, you're going to look at those kind of meanings. So for example, this week we have the word inspection. And even though these are our suffix and prefixes, we're going to look at them. So in means to into, and the ion means act or result of something. And then there's our root spect, to look at. So if we were to think of what that means as a word, well, I'll give you a second. I want you to think about your own definition. Okay, so I look at it and I think to look into something because of a reason. So like oftentimes detectives inspect things because there's been some kind of crime done as a result of that. But also because of inspections there are results. People are convicted of crimes and things like that. Okay, so let's look at our whole sort. Here is our headings. Spect and form and port. And so here's inspection. I lost the actual word, so we're just gonna have a weird one. Okay, and then we have export, which remember port is to carry and an export is to carry out of the place. And then conform. Form again meant to shape. So if we conform to society, that means we become like them. We take on their shape. Okay. Okay, so we also have reform, format, deformed. So you can think about transport, important. Important's a weird one because it literally means carried in, which is not, but metaphorically, meaning figuratively, it means carrying weight. That's what makes it important to, like, there's a phrase that means to, like a decision carried a lot of weight. It was a really important decision. So that one's a little tricky in the roots, but prospector, import, which is the opposite of export. That means we are importing things to us from another place. Formation, retrospect, to look at. In retrospect means to look at it, look at the past in your perspective now. Perspective, that's an interesting one because it means to, literally it would break down to looked through. And when we look at things through different perspectives, we're kind of looking through that issue. So that's where perspective comes from. And then we have spectator, spectacular, support, portfolio. Oh, there's inspection. I couldn't find it earlier. Transform, inspector. Let's scoot this up. Prospect, aspect, portable, goodness, we're running out of space. Spectacle, and reporter. So I want you to think about how these words, green group, you need to really take time, especially today as you're writing down your words. Think about how these words relate to their roots. And if you don't understand the meaning of the word, you need to take a second and go look it up in the dictionary because that's half of your sort. So yeah, don't forget to pause your video and copy down your words.